which, like, does it really deserve a 5-star if I can't remember it? Hey guys, it's Kira. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm just going to be talking about all my 5-star reads. I don't have physical copies for all of them. I wrote it down because some of these I read at the beginning of my reading journey back in August, and I could really not tell you what they're about, but I gave them 5-star. If you're new, I do post bookish things every Wednesday. I just want to let you guys know that I do have a TikTok and an Instagram now, which I did not have since I last posted. So I'm gonna put them right here, somewhere around here. It's Kira's Book Club. It'll also be in the description below. So check that out. I am thoroughly enjoying. Everybody is just so nice. So if you're a new subscriber and you're from either my TikTok or my Instagram, why did I just do that? Hi. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let's just get right into it. The first book I don't have a physical copy for, and it's Twice Shy by Sarah Hoggle. And I've read You Deserve Each Other by her, and I did not like that book. I don't even remember when I read it. I just remember loving the heck out of this book. I'm just gonna put a disclaimer. If I were to read this, like reread it now, I probably would not give it a 5-star, but I thought I would just mention it because I think it was the first book I ever gave a 5-star. This is about Mabel and Wes, and basically Mabel is, you know, kind of having some tough times in her life, and she ends up being able to inherit her great aunt's big house. Mabel plans on renovating it, but of course, you know how these things go. Someone else just happens to also inherit the house. Wes is the gardener, groundskeeper, I don't know, it's one of those things, and he also ends up inheriting part of the house and plans to renovate it as well, but like has a completely different idea. Wes is very, you know, typical man, very grumpy, closed off, but of course as they are working with each other on the house, they grow close and some guards start coming down and their relationship starts forming. I was like really skeptical of Wes throughout this whole book. Like, I really just didn't understand him at all until like the very end, the airport scene. I don't want to give away like what happened. I don't know, it was just an overall like cute and swoon-worthy romance. And like I said, if I reread it, I would probably not give it a 5-star. I feel like it's definitely like maybe like a 3, high 3. But I just wanted to mention it because it was like my first 5-star read. So, next up, we have Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. At the beginning of my reading journey, I think I was watching Haley Pham, and she just raved about this book. Like, that's how I feel like everybody started reading it, was Haley Pham. If you have not heard of this book, this is about Liz and Wes. Liz is kind of like a, let's say, hopeless romantic, but she loves love. She used to watch a bunch of like rom-com stuff with her mom all the time. It's her senior year of high school. She just wants, you know, to have that high school love experience. She has this like childhood crush on this guy named Michael, and he's back in town. So here comes Wes, the next door neighbor, and someone that she just completely despises. As kids, he just would like torture her, pain in the ass, you know, next door neighbor boy type thing. And him and Wes are really like hitting it off, you know, becoming besties. She wants to be able to like talk to him and, you know, date him. So the only way to do that is she has to become close with Wes so that, you know, he can judge them together. Like, they're spending time together, and then Liz is like, why is he actually not that bad? I do want to mention this is a YA kind of like rom-com thing, but it didn't like feel childish or like cheesy or anything. Like, I freaking loved it. It was just incredible. I loved them. Just look at the cover. Every chapter has like a cute little thing from like a movie. Just please read this book. You have to read this book. It is so adorable, and I love them. Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. This is As Happened One Summer by obviously Tessa Bailey, which the cover, yes, love. This is about Piper and Brendan. Piper is, you know, she's this very like wealthy girl who is very up there in the social status, and one night something happens and she ends up in jail. And the paparazzi are going crazy over it, and the stepfather is like not having it anymore, so he cuts her off and then sends her to a place where her father grew up because he passed away. Her and her sister there to kind of fix up his dive bar. She's sent to this small town where she meets Brendan, who is this like bearded sea captain, as you can see. Right off the bat, he doesn't like her at all. He's like, yeah, you won't last long in this town. She's kind of like here to like prove not only her stepfather wrong, but him wrong. Like, I can do this. I can be on my own. And yeah, this is very much opposites attract. Definitely summertime vibes. You don't have to read it in the summer, but forced proximity as well, because Brendan does end up helping her like renovate with some stuff. Let me just say, the mouth on that man is all I need to say. And the hospital scene, It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey, The Deal by Elle Kennedy, which, oh my god. If I had to recommend a book, you have to read this. It's a college hockey romance, and it's part of the Off-Campus series, which is about Hannah and Garrett. It starts off with them in the same class, and Hannah gets like a really good grade on this test that was apparently super hard, and pretty much everybody in the class fails. Garrett notices that she got a really good grade and is like begging her to tutor him so he can get his GPA up because he's the captain of the hockey team. Yeah, it takes some convincing, but she ends up agreeing because she has a crush on a football player. I think his name is Justin, but she wants to get his attention. So by doing that, she's gonna fake date Garrett. Their romance, check trigger warnings for all these books. Oh my god, I just love them. I love them together. I love Garrett. He's just my top book boyfriend. I love the hockey aspect, obviously, because if you don't know me, I love hockey. Everything about it. So, I think about this book every single day. Like, I'm not even lying to you, and I'm going to reread it soon. Because I miss them. It's The Deal by Elle Kennedy. Read it. Then I read another one of my all-time favorite books, and it's Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. So, like, I don't even need to tell you the synopsis. You have to read this book. It's just the most beautifully written story ever. It's about Archer and Bree. And Bree comes to this town in Maine to try to just find some peace within herself and with everything going on in her life. And the first day that she's there, I think she's coming out of like a grocery store or something, she literally like runs into Archer. Archer is known in this town to be very like isolated. He doesn't talk to anybody for an obvious reason, which he can't speak. Something happened when he was younger and he lost his ability to speak, which... Here to say, I did not explain the book very well. Bree is like the one who brings him out of his shell and is finally able to speak to him because she knows sign language, and it's their love story, and it's just the most beautiful thing ever. Yeah. Chapter 35, if you know, you know, because I wanted to throw the book across the room. By this point, I was completely sobbing my eyes out. Like, their connection, like they're literally soulmates. Please, for everybody's sake of mind, you have to read this book. Thank you very much. Next up, we have Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I think about this book all the time as well. And that's when you know it's a 5-star read, when you think about the book all the time. About Nora and Charlie, and Nora is like a literary agent, and she's got some things going on. Sister convinces her to take a trip with her to this small town. We take this trip just to like, hang out with each other. She keeps running into Charlie, and he's in this town for a reason. Their first encounter was not very great. It's so much more than their romance, and it tends to happen, and I feel like Emily Henry's books where it's like romance, but there's a lot of other things that are brought up. And then I love Charlie. He's so cute. It's an overall really good book. Read this book because I loved it. The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. But it's about Hannah and Jack, and Hannah is this bodyguard. It's like, I don't want to say like reverse bodyguard trope, but I feel like usually the men in the books are the bodyguard. So she's a bodyguard, and she gets assigned to protect Jack, and he has like a middle-aged like crazy sucker. And he's been kind of off the grid for a while because of something that happened in his past. But his mom ends up getting sick, so he has to go back and help out at the ranch a little bit. He doesn't want his family knowing about the stalker or that Hannah is his bodyguard, so he has to bring her back as his girlfriend. It's kind of like fake dating. And I don't know, I just remember loving this book. I just completely fell in love with the characters. Like, I love them. I love Jack. Underrated book boyfriend. Let me just say, he is so underrated. Oh my god. And the end, the balcony, I was completely shocked. But yeah, you have to read this book. It just keeps getting better. And it keeps getting better. The Things You Got Over by Lucy Score. It's a thick boy. It's my first Lucy Score book, and it deserves all the motherfucking hype. And the second book in the series is coming out. I don't know if it'll be out by the time this video comes out, but I did pre-order it. And she already announced her third book, which is, I think it's called Things We Left Behind. And it's going to be hopefully a purple cover. And it's coming out on my birthday, September 5th. This is about Knox and Naomi. Naomi is a runaway bride. She's like set to get married, but her twin sister, what's her name? So Tina calls and is like in some distress. So she comes to knock him out, I don't know, to kind of help her sister with whatever's going on. Because they're twins. She's like in the coffee shop, and then all of a sudden Knox comes in, is like yelling at her and telling her to get the heck out. Like, nobody wants her in this town. Like, and she's like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, I'm not my sister. So while all of this is happening, Tina ends up stealing Naomi's car and all the cash that she's had within it. Knox like sees all this and was like, whatever, like, let me just help you, bring you back to your hotel, whatever she's staying at. Once she goes back, she finds this little girl like on her bed. She's like, who are you? And, you know, Knox already knows who she is. She finds out that she has an 11-year-old niece that now she has to take care of. And oh my god, I just love them together. And I loved Knox and Waylon's relationship. Like, it was just the cutest thing ever. Oh my god, the ending, most definitely was sobbing. I was sobbing. Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. And I'm so excited for the rest of the books. Next, we have another one that is near and dear to my heart. And it's Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. This is about Macy and Elliot. They were childhood best friends. They would talk about like books that they liked, words that they liked, among a lot of other things. Kind of starts off with Macy, you know, she's set to marry this man. She's talking to her best friend, and then all of a sudden she just gets that sense, you know what I'm saying? And she's like looking around, and there's Elliot. And he's like, and she's like, hey guys, editing Kira. Disregard that I look like this, but basically I didn't even explain the book. Just get a then and now timeline, so you get them kind of in their childhood falling in love, as well as why they became strangers, and then like the present of them trying to like work that out and all that stuff. So definitely just go read the book because it is actually that good. Back into the video. I sobbed in this book as well. It's so beautifully written. Everything about it is just so beautiful. It's just such a comfort read. Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. Oh my god. I've been waiting for this one. Twisted Games by Anna Huang. If you have not watched any of my videos, I pretty much bring this book up in every single one because it is just that good. I already want to reread this because it's just that that good. It's about Bridget and Reese, and Bridget is a princess. She's going, if you don't know like the Twisted World, she's going to this like university. She just wants to like live a normal life, but her brother ends up stepping down because he wants to marry the love of his life, who is someone who's not royal, and basically you have to like marry someone who's royal. Reese being her bodyguard, which, oh my god, it was just so good. So yeah, he's her bodyguard. He's just kind of closed off, just wants to be able to protect her, nothing more. Like forbidden romance. It's bodyguard trope. it's forced proximity. It's just everything. It's everything. Yeah, Reese, be my bodyguard, please. I say this every time, but please be my bodyguard. Oh my god, he's so hot. He's so hot. Order it right now and read it because I am obsessed. I'm obsessed. And I love this cover. These are my babies. These are my babies. Yeah. Icebreaker by Hannah Grace did make it to this video. If you did not watch my last video, it'll be up there. I did a reading vlog, my first reading vlog, and I kind of had my review and thoughts at the end of the video. I had so much fun filming that video, so let me know down below if you want more reading vlogs. But if you don't know what this book is about, I've talked about it in literally all my videos. Anastasia, that's how I'm pronouncing her name. Sorry if I'm wrong. And Nathan. And it's a college sports romance. Anastasia is a figure skater and Nathan is a hockey player, and something happens to the hockey rink which forces them to share a rank, which Anastasia is not having. She's a very grumpy character, and I love that. It's like reverse Grumpy Sunshine, because he's just like the most golden retriever boy ever. And then something ends up happening to her skating partner, and Nathan volunteers to help her. They don't really hate each other for that long, so I feel like it's really not enemies to lovers, but it's definitely like friends with benefits-ish kind of thing. Forced proximity. I loved all the side characters in this book, which I talked about a lot in that video. So Henry, I can't wait for his book. I love him so much. JJ, funny guy, funny guy. And then I forgot to mention Russ, I think that's how you pronounce his name, in that video, because how could I forget him? But his book is next. Hannah Grace announced it a couple days ago. Nathan Hawkins. I didn't like Erin at all in this book, her skating partner. I very much could go on a 17-minute rant about him, but I will not. The mental health representation also in this book was freaking phenomenal. Like, it was so well done. So yes, please read the book. It is worth the hype. Alright, so to this date that I'm filming this, these are my 5-star reads. And I'm sure a lot of you have heard of all of them because they are popular TikTok books. People can have their own opinions about the book. This is just my opinion, and I just wanted to, share all my 5-star books that I really loved to anybody who's new or is just wondering, because I feel like I haven't obviously talked about them before. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below if you read any of these, if any of them were also your 5-star reads, because I'd love to know. Again, follow my Bookstagram and Book Talk account. It'll be down below. Comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!